Hey there. I don't know. Oh boy. This is going to be a really tough video for me to make and probably to watch as well. But I want to make it because I'm a very naturally happy person, and even when I'm feeling horrible I can put it on like that and I can't click. I want to click, I can't click. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of them, I think. Sorry. I'm a naturally very happy person, I always have been. But mental illness isn't happy. Not even a little bit. It's horrible, but I've always been able to turn on the happy, and I'm very good at hiding what I'm feeling inside. Everyone always sees the good bits of my recovery. Everyone always sees the goals that I achieve and the good parts. Even, yes, I do post on Facebook, on my personal Facebook. I do regular mental illness updates every time I do a trip out. Even though I do them even in the bad times, like I did today, no one ever physically sees me apart from my family who I live with, and even then it's normally just my mum. I hide this part from everyone. And I don't want to anymore. I don't want this stigma anymore, and I want people to see the physical look of mental illness when it goes wrong. Because today really sucked. Before I go any farther, I will say, yeah, I've got my makeup on. And I'll be wiping up my face a lot because I'm going to be crying, I know it. Which is why I've got no makeup on. And because I have been crying, which I'll explain in a minute. And it's very warm in England at the minute. It's like 25, I think, or something ridiculous like that. So I have my fan going on in the background. You can see it's not a professional video. I don't think you mind either. I was every Tuesday and Thursday are normally my go out days. They're days that I use with my mum and we go on a trip out. Could be a supermarket or a Pacific shop, or to see family, or to look around somewhere, anything like that. A million and one things. This Tuesday my mum couldn't do it. She needed help my brother with something. It's fine, fair enough. Relying on other people, these things happen, I understand. Then this Thursday she had a meeting pop up for work. Again, I understand, it happens. It was annoying, but I understand. But it did mean I went over a week without getting out. And I've been getting out regularly twice a week for quite a while now. And so today, which is Friday, which is the 8th of July, we went to Sainsbury's, and I wasn't I was anxious, of course, you know, really, of course I was. I was very anxious. I was very, very anxious. Throughout the course of getting ready, I kept thinking about calling it off, about stopping, and even getting in the car. All of it. We pulled up, about 20-minute drive or so. I could feel it. I know this is different for everyone, but if I had to physically explain anxiety for me, when it hits high, really, really high levels, I feel it rising in me. Like a physical sensation. It's very difficult to explain. And I could feel that as I got out of the car, and I thought, no, please. I really fought it. We got in there, and I'm telling myself, I don't have to stop for a drink, I can just do Sainsbury's, it's okay, I can do this. As soon as I started looking at things, the first thing I looked at was magazines. Looking for the makeup freebies. The logic. Buy a magazine you'll never read for a freebie that you're actually paying for. Yeah, I do it all the time. But yeah, looking at them, and I could feel it rising really fast. And this happened last week as well, where I went from 0 to 100 really fast on my anxiety. Well, not 0, you know what I mean. This time it wasn't really, it wasn't low, it was from high to really high to holy fuck, get me out of here. I could feel it rising, and I was determined to pick a few things up. I had the trolley, Mum was with me, I had the trolley, and I was going around picking things up, and Mum left to go and pick a few other things, and I was desperately trying to remember things that I specifically needed to pick up and that I couldn't leave Sainsbury's without. She found me in the beauty aisle, obviously. Though I wasn't looking at beauty, I was picking up, you know, shower gel. Stuff that I needed. Okay, not shower gel, but you know what I mean. I wasn't actually picking up stuff I didn't need, because I've got like 500 drawers of makeup. And I asked for the keys for the car, which I do sometimes. Towards the end of shopping it'll get too much and I'll go to the car, but we've only been there 10 minutes. I walked out of Sainsbury's so fast, for me obviously, and stupidly, walking out of Sainsbury's, the only thing I could think was directly in front of me, and to get to my car was a little boy on his scooter. And it really showed the nursery nurse in me. All I didn't want him to see me crying. I suppose it gave me something to focus on. He was staring at me, which a lot of children do. And I knew I didn't want him to see me cry. I managed to get into the car before I cried, and I shut all the doors. I didn't care that I was baking in the car. I didn't want him to see me cry. I haven't talked to Mum about it yet. The whole time I was waiting for her in the car, it must have been 25 minutes, probably more. About that, I think. 25 minutes, half an hour. I was crying. I don't think I've stopped crying properly all day. I can't... Sorry, I'm messing with things on the dressing table. I can't tell you why this happens. As I left Sainsbury's, I felt sick and dizzy. Like the world was collapsing in on me. Focusing on making sure I didn't cry because the little boy was there was the only thing that stopped me from breaking down before I got to the car. And this isn't the first time it's happened, of course it's not. This has happened more times than I can bear to count. And this is the aftermath. This is the reaction. Since I've been trying to recover, this is definitely much more of a reaction than normal, because I don't want to just exist anymore. I want to live. I want to have a life. I don't want to just be something that's alive. I want to be living. I want to have friends and a social life, and I want to be able to work and see family regularly, and I want to be able to do my food shop without bursting into tears. Anyone that I've spoken to so far, whether it be on Facebook or any community that I'm part of, said, you know, you can try again. And of course I can, and I will. I'll try again next week, twice probably. And maybe I'll manage it, maybe I won't. There's got to come a point where I can't keep trying and I actually have to do. Is that point ever going to come? I have this thing where I want to call it jealous, but I don't know if that's the right word. When I watch things happening like Comic-Con, for example, or anything like that, you know, the type of thing, any convention, anything that I'd want to go to, I watch happening and God, I wish I could do it, and I get so jealous and so obsessed with it, because I want that life. I want to be able to do those things, and I can't. This is a bit of a weird video because I'm not educating you on mental health. I'm showing you what is mental illness for me, the real, true side of it. This is not just words, this is me. I can't even think of the word live or having a life or social life without crying. I don't know if I'll ever put this up. I think I will though. I think I'll probably put it up Tuesday. It's important that people see this. it's important that people see how broken we really are. There is a reason that I say I'm emotionally broken. I get tremendously excited for other people. Which, there was something going on yesterday, which I know that some people watching this will know, called PreachCon, and it was a popular UK gaming, mainly WoW related YouTuber, put on his first event, and it was live streamed, and I watched it along with a bunch of other fans chatting on a chat room, and I was just so pleased watching the whole thing, and so proud of people that I've never met, and so excited, because I'd have loved to have been there. I'd have loved to have seen all that, and I hope that maybe one day I can. And I get really, really, really excited when I see other people enjoying themselves. When I see other people living the life they want to live. And this happens every time something like this happens, whether it be in the gaming community or the beauty community, the two communities that I'm part of. I follow it and I get so excited for people, and I get a bit obsessive, because the joys of obsessive tendencies, I suppose. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm playing with a bobby pin. So yeah, this isn't your typical video from me, but you'll probably see one of these again. Whenever this happens, I'm going to film. I'm going to put this out there for people to see. I love makeup, I adore makeup, and this is a beauty and mental health channel. However much I love makeup, this is a massive part of my life. And it's not a part of mental illness people show. They don't show you when they're so broken that they cry for no reason, or they can't talk to most of their family because it'll make them cry. And that at the minute, strangers on the internet are a lot easier to speak to. I'll carry on fighting. This isn't the end. It's a blip, and it's one of many. I'll try again, and again, and again, and again. And I just hope that one day I will get it, and one day I can do my food shop, and one day I can have a social life, and live a life, and have a job, and go to Comic-Con and PreachCon and Con, and all of the things that I want to do. I hope one day I can get married and have children, which is something I've wanted for as long as I can remember. I'm an almost 24-year-old who hasn't worked for 4 years. who lives with her parents and is sat at a dressing table that is her favourite. It was her favourite teacher's desk when she was a kid. I don't know she doesn't know where her life is going, or how to explain the life that she leads. She knows she wants to change something, but she doesn't know how. She knows that she's doing well, but these blips it's like we're a puzzle and we were perfectly put together. And sometimes some bits fell out, but you can slot them back in and it was fine. But having mental illness is like picking the puzzle up and dropping it from a height. The puzzle pieces scatter everywhere and you're left with a few clumps here and there. And years later you're still finding bits of it. Years later you still don't know where those few pieces you just can't find have gone. Years later you still don't know if you can put it back together, or if it will ever look the same again. Because of course it won't. You can put it back together, you'll find the missing pieces. The pieces will have dents and scars, because no one goes through this without having a mark left on them, whether it be emotional or physical. I have both, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I think it's time for this video to end. I've been waffling on for 25 minutes nearly. I'm going to film a makeup tutorial now. I hope this gave you some insight. Into what it's like for someone who is emotionally broken. When that puzzle piece, you found it, but some days it fits, and some days it doesn't fit quite right. I'll see you next time, and until then, just believe. Bye.